So we have our 9:30 a.m. open. We just created this week. Currently, my AS is accumulating no movement. Thank you is going lower. Rejection from this 4 hour. I'm just struck. I wanted to see us do this after 9:30, but we already did it. So now we just wait and see. YM has been doing this like throughout this week. Take liquidity 9:30, just go up. Sheesh. Like every single day. Every single day. With YM being bullish, right? This strong, I would expect ES to be strong as well. Maybe that's why ES isn't going lower. You can say ES isn't going lower. So that makes sense. That does make sense. But we do have a news at 10 a.m. So I want to see how this power candle closes. Do we close above? Then I'll look for retracement, use this other block buy, probably high of day, this high or yeah, or if we close below, then I'll look for sales, London lows, and then this trend and liquidity. Yeah, low, 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 low. So we call it a trend line liquidity, something like this. But currently, ES is rejecting off of this other block too. So let's see. Yankee is weak, too weak. So for me to take any trade out to wait for 345, we swept London lows. I want to see if on the hourly will respect this gap here. Let me draw it out. If I see us respecting this bullish gap, then I'll be looking for buys for higher day. So that's current high of the day. So we're having a V-shaped recovery, but I don't trade by this time, so I just have to watch. We have relative equal highs on YM. If we form this 5 minute gap, I want to see us. Let me remove this. I want to see us trade into it. Then I could look for an entry for this. But if that doesn't happen, then price is just gonna go without me. So I'd want something like this. Thank you, it's just going. That's crazy. Once YM tag this, I'll remove this alert because it's pointless for me. We'll just be hitting the target. If we don't tap that, okay, that's crazy. That's a crazy week. Which is good, which is good. As long as this 5 minutes stays open. Now we're looking for a retracement into it. Then yeah, and maybe automate. So on the hourly, we're rejecting nicely. We could also be rejecting from this BPR here, this balance price range. So currently we have a bullish market structure, right? Low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Let's see how we react when we come back here. If we should come back here with an instant reaction, we invert, then we can take it for this high. But if we keep going lower, we invert here, just we keep going, then nothing to expect. So if we see something like this, rejection, very good. But if we see something where price just comes reject and then you have this just not so good. So this rejection nice, but it didn't come to this breaker, so I'm gonna have to wait. We're forming a 5 minute gap here. So I'm watching to see how we close on the 15 minute. So we threw it into the 5 minute gap on YM. SCES. Gold, by the way, came into this daily, created this um bullish structure that I talked about, retraced, and then it's going higher. I did place my order for this 50%, expecting the news to target and then take me higher, but it didn't. So I'm not in the trade where it's working. So that's always wait for my daily gaps to get filled. Currently, it seems like we're respecting the 15 minute gap on ES and NQ. If in 43 seconds we close above here, that means we inverted this gap. Then I'll be looking for price to retrace here and then go higher. Okay, I guess that's not happening. Yeah, not happening. So this is what's happening. Tag this order block, respecting its bearish gap, going lower. Except in 12 seconds, we close above this white box. Okay, price is respecting it. If YM is dropping this, if ES is dropping that fast, yeah, that means YM is going down. So ES and YM react similarly a lot of times. If YM is stronger, most likely ES is stronger. Not every time, but a lot of times. NQ is kind of like the odd one. Then there are times where ES and NQ are in sync and then YM is just on its own. But ES generally partners with someone to be in sync with. So this got inverted. But we have relatively quiet here. We haven't tagged London lows though on YM. So I'm gonna say if we tag London lows, then maybe I'll still look for a buy for relatively quiet. But it's the weaker one now. So if I'd want to buy, I find Enki right now would be better. Okay. I'm Zod, morning. YM is about to form a PPR. Once we form that balanced price range on YM on the 5 minutes, I want to see us trade into it, have a lot of people buy, retrace, go lower, and then buy this. Like just look at this 1 minute candle on, yeah, we're disrespecting this gap. So if in 40 seconds we invert here, then I would be looking for a sell. I have to wait for an hourly close. I need to see this close below this green box, this 1 hour gap, so I can then target this liquidity pool here. So we inverted the 5 minute gap. In 10 minutes, we have news, so I can't trade till after news, but I want to see how we react here. So we're dropping low. We've taken London lows now on YM. ES has relatively colors below. Are we gonna take it out? Find that balance price right now. So let's see if price will go for this. Thank you. The risk doesn't make sense. It's like a 1.4 R. Let's see how we react from this bullish order block. And that's a better risk to reward. It's 4 minutes to the news, so I don't know if I can take it. I'm not sure I can take it. I'm just gonna wait after news. Because before we close above, it needs to happen like now, then you take and then you wait for the news. So you can see that's not. We're respecting this order block now. We swept this high, but still it's 4 minutes before news. Mm, 2 minutes till news. YM already did this. Low, high, lower, low, break. Just stop the breakout. So I expect news to take it higher. But again, you can never predict news. With news, you can just see this kind of drop like this or could go higher. But based on market structure, you should be going for relative equal height. We got 25 seconds to news. News is taking price high. Stop this high again. Do we expect this order block or do we not? Okay, looks like we're respecting this order block again. Going lower. We have a trend and liquidity low, 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 low. I'm gonna take it without SMTs with ES, so we don't. They all took out that high. Yes, Stanley is going higher. So let's see why and let's see if this rejects from this other block. You wanna see this wicked and close somewhere here. We'll go 26 seconds. Doesn't look like that's happening. Liquidity swept. On the hourly, by the way, on NQ, we need to respect this hourly gap. And on the 4 hour, we closed as an indecisive candle. It's neither bearish or bullish, just middle of the range. So price could literally do anything right now. Anything. So we've been stalling. We created a bullish trend line liquidity. We've created a bearish trend line liquidity. So you need to see one sweep for you to look for the other. So that's just what I'm going to wait for. I don't think I want to predict where to go next. I'll wait for a sweep. If price come takes out these ones, then I'll probably aim for these ones. If we should go take out this one, then I'll aim for these ones. YM just dropped like crazy. That means ES is dropping like crazy too. Like I said, whenever YM is doing something, ES does it. But just YM just exaggerates it a lot. Look at NQ, it don't move much. But look at ES. Similar candle with YM. Bullish candle. You just have what? Bearish candles following. Just checking to see. That's crazy. So let me look at the hourly gap on. So previous hourly, we respected this order block closed. Let me look at how the 4 hour candle closed. The 4 hour candle did invert this, right? Do we have a gap here? Very tiny, very, very tiny. So we could be going for London low on ES. Okay, let's see what price does. We've taken out this trend line liquidity, just have this liquidity left. We do have bullish SMTs right now with ES. The thing now is, are we going for previous this low? That's just the question. Because if we're going for previous this low, then I'd want to see this order block stay in a minute 34. We close here, maybe look for a retracement and then aim for previous this low. If it does give us the opportunity, if it doesn't, then that's fine. Yes, I was taking London low. Let's see if it takes out Asia low. Fuck you, Sabi. Once it's past 4:10, I can't do anything till 10:30. Gold is just pumping. If it had tagged me here, I'd have moved my stuff here now. So I'd have basically been break even and just waiting for gold to go hit our target. Happens. This kind of happened opening price. So it just dropped here and price was here. So I couldn't buy here. I had to wait for us to drop lower, but we did not. Mm, 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 mm. Prepare, 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 prepare. So we just traded into a 2 minute gap on NQ. Do we invert it? Let's see. P, P, P. So yeah, what would be best to see price retrace into this balance price range here. Have a close above. That'll be my entry because what we've taken out this trend line liquidity. I said I wanted to sell stake and I'll aim for this trend line liquidity here, possibly even higher up there. Let's see. I don't just want a straight candle closing above, if I'm being honest, because I have nowhere to put my stop. I have to put my stop here, but then it's very likely price is gonna come back here. Mm. Mm. I'm trying to calculate my risk. Ah, it's um, like it don't really make sense for me. Like it doesn't make sense for me. Like I'm just putting on paper just in case. Like I want to get in on this, but let me see what YM is doing. Mm, even then, if YM inverts, let me see what it will look like. It's like a 1.4 R. So like the risk to reward is not making sense for me right now. It is not. It is not. Because you can see, yeah, even on the paper trade, it's like you're risking 5-2 to make 7, which a 2 hour remain, you're making like 10-5. So it's nah. Nope. This doesn't really make sense. Once we close above it, then I'll move this stop here. But then price is very likely to come here and to just stop me. Okay, we did. So I'm just gonna move this here. So I'm gonna reduce risk and just remove one contract. If this had closed somewhere here, that would be nice. But this, it's like I went from a possible 2 hour here to 1 hour. And then if I have to extend it for a year, it's like a 1.59, so 1.6. And the likelihood of it getting here, it's not the highest. This is the one with the higher probability. So we do have SMTs now. We took out the high here, we didn't take out the high here. Is this just a retracement? We'll find out. But we did close above an order block. So we did form a bullish structure. Low, high, low, low, high. So let's retrace, give a good entry then to be a nice buy. In 3 minutes would form a 5 minute gap. So let's see if we get something good from that. Possibly form a low, come lower, invert. That'll be nice. As long as we don't take out this side, let me even put the first target. As long as this side doesn't get taken out, in 2 minutes, once we form the 5 minute gap, once just retrace into it, this. Yeah. Good pick. Good pick. 25 minutes, we did close above an order block, which is nice. So they expect us to retrace using the order block and 5 minute gap. Then I'll be buying that. I don't want to see us close above this order block if I'm being honest. I want to see us keep weakening here, accumulate, manipulate, then distribution. So I want to have something like this. Accumulation, then boom, manipulation, inversion entry. This will be perfect. But once we close, I'm gonna move this stop to this order block though. We formed the 5 minute gap. So let's see now if we retrace or we just keep going higher. But now I'm basically not risking anything on this trade. Like I took partial, so that partial has paid for this. Let me show you. Oh, by the way, I'm trading the gold on paper, but so I already took like 400 off. So if it should stop me out, I'm making like 200. No page. So right now we're respecting this order block. So the likelihood of us coming down into this gap is low now. If it goes above this, I'll move my stop here or just put it above break even. Excuse me. Coupe, coupe. So let's say this goes above in 6 seconds. Nope, did not. I'll just move this here, break even. I'm gonna take one off again. So let's see what happens. This is final target. This one has taken the high of this. So we have SMT. So I took one off. Then I'll just leave this one to see if it goes. Take that one. Now on paper, yes, this trade worked, but is it a trade I would advise anybody to take? No, because the risk is too crazy. Like, okay, let's even calculate it, right? And you get slips. So you're risking, to me, it doesn't make sense because this, for me, this target is the extreme, right? All good is going here, but that's in hindsight. For me, this was what I wanted. And fuck, fuck. I adjusted my, instead of this, I adjusted my take profit. That's fine. It should have been a 1 hour. So, so good. So good. Now the thing is, could I have taken this trade here? Maybe. But we're forming a 5 minute gap. I had to see us close above that 5 minute gap, which happened here. That was why I couldn't take it. And it's not like we took out a low. This was just the low we took out. But this was a V-shaped recovery. So we made two 2838. So we made 42, but it's on paper. It's not my real account or live account. Gold is just going. This is crazy. All you needed to do was just tap. It did reject off of this, but we had a gap here. And usually we had NFP news today, right? Usually NFP sweeps liquidity because we had liquidity on the hourly. So NFP usually takes out this low, tag people because people who have their stop here while entering on this order block. So usually it sweeps them out, which is what I was expecting. That's why my order was here. Sweep them, come into the middle of the range, which is this green line, 50% of the range, and then go higher. But enough. So this it happens. Why am I stack relative equal highs? Five, four, so we've tagged that in inversion or respecting this order block. Let me put this out. Do we go for this 4 hour high and possibly Wednesday's high? We're gonna see. Oh, Hmm. Repeat, repeat. So for new week opening gaps, which I have here, you see the way price went into it, rejected from this, the yellow box where you see this quadrant, the midpoint of it. See how we just reacted from it. And we could be having a New York, I say New York, 10:50 per reversal, 10 a.m. reversal from this other block, maybe. Or this point back. If I see this trading below this, it mean we want to close below this. We just want to take out this eyes, come into this gap, and then go lower, probably back into the range. But then in 5 minutes or 4 minute, 50 minute gap, and we have a low, high, lower low, break above. So this is a break up. So it's like, you know, do we trade back into it and keep going higher, or are we trying to embed everything? My size next 5 minutes candle closes. So we are rejecting off of this hourly gap. So clearly no 15-minute gap formed on either one of them. Okay. We had this 5-minute inversion, but we do have a tiny 15-minute gap here on NQ. So what I want to see is us buy into this range and then invert it. Then I'll be taking it. So if we can buy back into this range, that'll be nice. So this is how this hourly candle is closing, right? We took out the 4 hour high. Now we're respecting the spirit of the block here. So it's all about getting a good entry. In 3 minutes, we form a 5-minute gap. So let's see what happens if we actually do form a 5-minute gap. So this should close as another block, right? But this gap stays open. We trade into it and we have a white candle close, so a bearish candle close below. That would be nice to sell for this low. Mm, mm, mm. Oh. In a minute, we form a family gap. So us taking out this I would be nice. We take out this inversion. That'll be a nice entry. Lower. Maybe first target will be here. Then full target here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get 10 AM reversal. So let's see if we do get an SMT. I don't want us to respect this order block. I want us to take it out, have people buy, right? Thinking we're going higher, then I'll be inverting, I'll be buying the inversion lower. I'll be selling the inversion lower, not buying. Okay, we've tagged the 5 minute. Now let's see what happens. We do have SMTs with ES. This is the balance price range. So let's say if price is willing to go to balance price range. So like I said, go into the range. Then I want to sell close below here. So I want to sell this candle close. Yeah. So we expect this candle to close in 7 minutes. Hmm. We are not inverting on NQ, but ES has So gotta wait for that inversion. YM has to. So let's see if this wants to buy into the BPR and invert, or it's just accumulating here to then go lower. Okay, we're inverting now. Does it invert? Nope, it doesn't. I wanted a straight candle, but the way we've been moving slowly also is not the best. Still waiting. We finally inverted, so let's see if we just come, maybe create another block next candle close below. Then we can take the trade. Because it's the final 5 minutes, so we need to see this final 5 minutes closing below. If not, we're respecting this 50-minute gap. So remember, come into the range, have this close as a white candle below here, then we take the trade. So I'm waiting. I want to see what the final 3 minute does. If in 3 minutes we don't close below, that means we're respecting that 50 minutes. I would not be able to take the trade. So currently we're just accumulating on this new wake opening gap. Rejection, rejection, another rejection. Like we have equal lows here. We created it follows here, but look at the rejection. A minute till the candle closes. So to take any trade, I need to wait for the next 15-minute candle to close below here. So that'll be order block, bearish order block, 15-minute close. That'll be a nice entry. But yeah, but right now we just look like we're respecting this gap and we're respecting this order block. Which if you're bearish, you don't want to see. If you're bullish, this is what you want to see. But for me, this is the high. In an hour, let me see how we close first. Mm, in 5 seconds, if we're closing here, still doesn't make any sense because we're rejecting from here. Yeah. So it's not like it's showing crazy bullishness. Look at how we close on ES. We're rejecting here this gap. Let me draw it out. Look at YM. So YM closed as an indecisive candle. This candle closed bullish, took out this high, and then we just back into the range. So until we close below there, nothing I can do. So there's nothing I can do right now. So that's pretty much it for me today. If I do take any trade, I'd post it, but likelihood of that happening is low right now. All right. Have a good weekend, guys. Peace.